that time should have a lot of it. Another one that not gonna fuck with me. For a potential sprawl box, let's see where we are. Stalling a little bit. You tweet it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the tweet now. Get a good screenshot. Alright.
You get it?
Winternomics.tv, right?
Yeah. What's up, baby?
It should be up. I'll drop it in thingamajig as well. Discord. What up, everybody?
Ivy's ready.
Yeah, Ivy's always ready.
Ivy's always ready. Did you take a screen grab as in like a physical picture of your actual screen instead of like screen grab on the computer?
Are you mocking my technology skills right now? Are you serious?
Sweet Jesus, what are you from 1996?
Is the old guy who just spent 30 minutes getting this stream set up?
You know, I'm going to absolutely going to make fun of you for doing that because yes, you are much younger. You should be adept at this shit. I have excuses.
Oh, now I'm much younger.
Yes, you are. You know, 15 years ago I wouldn't even talk to you. I mean, come on, you've been at a different school. We've already gone through this. I don't want to hurt your feelings, Cardi.
I'll have you know, I did it in an efficient manner.
You did what in an efficient manner? Oh, Cardi. What did you do?
Alright, I dropped it in all the places. People will FOMO now.
When are we gonna have the fucking DBZ challenge? You gotta get this. I don't care if you're good or bad at this. This game's fucking incredible.
You know how bad at fighting games I am.
I know. Well, I mean, anything you do looks fucking fantastic in this game. I'm not bullshitting you.
Oh, is it like the, what's that other one where you played? The Street Fighter one, was it?
It's much, much crazier than that, dude.
Oh, really?
It's like, yeah, it's actually far crazier. It's pretty crazy. Oh, that's interesting.
When moon they ask. You've not been
Let's
watching.
see. Oh no, I'm trying to get this. Shut up! I'm having my own technology struggles over here. All right. What's going on? What up, Cardi? Who's all in here?
Hey, everybody.
Green Canvas.
Jam, Lebo.
Check all your pictures. What up, Vegeta?
Recognize most of these guys. Tech Wally.
How's the hot tub time machine? I like that question. How was your hot tub time machine?
It's actually legit, but it's a very sunny day in the UK today. First day of summer, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
What exactly do you reckon?
Dude, people have been fudding this fucking UK summer so hard. I reckon this is the one. Everyone's telling me it's going to be a bullshit summer. I reckon we're going to have a scorching. Okay. I'm getting my first messages on Skype.
It's on Skype? Who the hell uses Skype anymore?
Yeah, poker players still use Skype. They want to know about Bitcoin.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting caressed though, he's not asking directly.
You're getting caressed?
Oh, how you been, man? Haven't spoken to you in a while. Yeah, no shit. Since the last time you wanted to know something about Bitcoin, I think.
Uh-oh. I know those kinds of calls.
Yeah, it's not a good sign when those peeps start turning up. It's funny. I saw you when someone was talking shit about you on Twitch, but when I heard you talk, it reminded me of Martin. No way you bullshitting. Who's Martin?
Who is telling me?
Yeah, I think so.
Martin? It's an old sitcom. I don't know. But that's what he means.
I don't get the reference, but
it
must be an old guy reference, yeah.
It's yeah, that's a 90s shit. That shit was funny as hell. I used to watch it.
I don't think we got that one over here. We got a lot of the American shows. We didn't get that one. Really. My link on Twitter's balked. What? It doesn't work?
Let me check. Your link doesn't work?
I thought you said it was Winternomics.tv, no?
Yeah, it is.
Apparently not. Google says no.
That's weird.
www. Did I miss that out or something?
It seems to have been blocked coming out of Twitter, yeah. So I guess you have to do it and use the twitch.tv/Winternomics. Yeah, that's weird. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. It's blocking it out of a direct link out of Twitter. That might be them just doing some weird shit.
Alright, I'll drop another one. Update on Twitter.
So what up, boys? How's everybody doing? Remember what we said last show? The trend's your friend. See how that works out? I'll use a little salt under that bad boy to get that gas. Right, Ivy? Come here. You're probably some wires that are always a bad idea for me. Owl claws. Alright, I guess we're not gonna see Cardi get destroyed in some Dragon Ball today, but it's gonna happen. Cardi hasn't been wrong on UK weather yet. Supreme Beef.
My weather skills are legit.
His hunger, the only thing that surpasses his weather skills is his hunger for fucking unadulterated steroid consumption.
People are gonna start actually fucking believing us.
Have you seen this guy gain like 40 pounds of mass in like 3 weeks? It's not possible.
Fucking 18 months of like brutal hard work.
I've done some doubt in there. I'm hard at you, go, bro. What's good? What's up, Cryptical Mass? Hot Tub Time Machine. What up, Duckerman?
Yeah, that gold fractal, man. Fucking sick. The updates to that blog.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely Martin. He means Martin, the TV show. He says nobody bullshit. Yeah.
I refuse to tweet the link to that fucking blog, man. It's too good now.
Oh. What? Don't do me like that. Are you hoarding shit? What the fuck? The link goes to,
Yeah, if you had plans for Sunday afternoon, change them because it's now reading the Kazo blog.
Somebody just said that link took him to webcam in Tony's bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know what that link goes to, but it's yeah. They found their way here. It's fine. FOMO's real enough today. They got here at the end.
There's a guy saying there's no audio. You guys can hear me, right? At least sometimes nobody's told me they can't hear me yet.
That'd be hilarious.
Can you guys hear us?
That would be one of the funniest things. Yeah, loud and
Okay.
clear.
That's that one issue. Alright. What's good? What's good? So some of
That'd be
Twitter.
equivalent to what I did the other day on stream.
So I know got some of you guys in here in the Twitter Discord. I see a lot of you guys putting up some good numbers. That's been sweet. I mean, you hear from Twitter Discord and or Winter Soldiers and or Shadow Army have been riding this train since the winter end date, December 27, 2018. Can you imagine? You know how many people ask me like when it was over, and I'm like, I wrote it down. It's the most ridiculous thing. But how do you guys caught this freight train, man? Some B shit.
Yeah, I mean, judging by the tweets and stuff I've seen coming out of some of the rooms, man, these guys seem to be on the right side for a change, which is nice.
You see a lot of dudes making money. That's really awesome. From the free channels to the guys in the main charter channels, everybody's finding their way into it. So it's been good shit to see.
Especially when so many people on
Thanks for the
fucking
sub,
Twitter were still telling them to short.
Pink page. Good to see you. So yeah, we're gonna keep talking about things. Like I said, probably not tonight. We're just gonna have a powwow about where markets are and shit. So we're definitely gonna start looking over some more really simple concepts that will help make the market more organized for everybody in the coming weeks. And you guys let me know some things you want to talk about. We can talk about them. But yeah, I threw up. If you guys are following me over on like Instaham, 3 of 1 right now for you to pay attention. No, not there. Oh wait, you got to be somewhere else for this. For any of you that don't know, we do updates on the fan page. We don't put like everything on there. We decided to do a group that would allow us to keep track of like market intel and stuff, kind of like the same way. So where's it go to over here? Can't find it. Now that I said that, I can't fucking find it. We got a group. Just go on this page. You should be able to find it on here. You can join us over here and then jump into our channel. And free, just like Discord. That's a place to keep track of news and stuff that's going to be important to the markets and stuff.
Bezos' blue balls.
Bezos, I know you saw Tesla. Was it Elon? Elon trolled him over this?
Yeah, that's so funny, dude.
Elon's got time to be trolling people. It's like, dude, come on. Where'd you go? That sounds fucking awesome. I heard it actually pop up on that. I swear to God, every time I come here, it's like fucking on the front page right here. Yeah, so if you guys go to the fan page, as long as you don't have like a troll profile and shit, you have like a real profile. This is just keep track of news flow, keep track of markets, general intel that we need to see. If you were in here a little bit ago, we threw up a warning about the price action. You saw what it was. What is this? Stop doing that. God, it seems so weird. Yeah, we got a good range right now. You can see this parabolic as shit. It's got a hell of a fire under it, It's not necessarily a thing you want to try and jump in front of a freight train of. Definitely don't just like, I need to short this, but if you're nimble and you know how to catch knives, that's up to you. But in this kind of speed that you got, I mean, you've gotten pretty far, pretty fast. Grandma was a good level to watch, and as soon as it took out Grandma, it just fucking went ape shit. So, definitely worth paying attention to in the range it is. It can stall a little bit. No telling how deep he's really got it correct just yet. He has shut down, so it looks good for now. Alright. What's I gonna say here? There's one chart I want to bring up. Where's he at? What? Leave me alone, woman. Unreal. So. Yeah, there's our grandma level. I want to bring that up so you can see This mouse is possessed.
Looks like Grandma can quit her job at McDonald's for a minute.
So grandma can leave work for a little bit right now. She can get out of the mailroom and stuff. So, and it's a great structure, you know. Your grandma, you had this technical event from CZ and Binance put a quick correction in the market and broke a level, and then you got a chance to trend again. So, I mean, technically, your next strongest level above grandma is really your private jet is actually the next strongest level. You got levels between there, but this is shutdown terror. BC 9400. That would be another place for heavy congestion. Not saying it's going there right on a straight shot, but I was going to town on me. Take that one, man. But anyhow, let me see if you guys got some questions. You guys got any questions? You know, in this run, I've seen some really badass shit from some of you guys. Double breasted subscribe. What's up, man? Appreciate you. What'd you say? A question of what?
A question from Source. He says, Kaz, I had a question about the gold fractal analysis. The gold fractal location on the monthly has a pullback of 14%. In the event of a breakdown, is there any reason to expect the same amplitude of a flag?
I mean, even if you expected it, it doesn't really mean that it's something that you care about. It could be that amplitude could be greater. Bitcoin's volatility is kind of crazy. Some of the percentage amplitudes aren't going to translate perfectly in a fractal, but I don't know if like hopping in front of like a raging bull pump is something you want to plan on either, because it sounds like that's why you'd ask that question. If it does begin to correct down, you could have that expectation but still manage it, you know, logically for however far it does get down, and, you know, move stops accordingly. You don't know, what if that's the end of it and it goes down even deeper? If you do find yourself in a short in that, you need to look to manage if it goes further than 14 or shorter than 14. So I don't really worry that much about it. I do look at locations and see what I can see with the price structures in similar locations, but I don't try to like take any expectations from that. I still let the price prove itself. Yeah. What up, Coffee Addict? Port to Shaw, thanks for your sub. Yeah, we'll have some good things in here for you guys to start reviewing and stuff and doing some homework. The dynamics of what we have a free Twitter Discord where we have a voice channel where people can work together, talk together, go over some of the public works for free and work on that. We've created a trading group so that you have a place to track intel, post ideas, discuss ideas, also free. And we're going to continue to do these and, make a smarter trading community, same thing we've always been doing. No worries, Sauce. What up, Bandy? Am I doing my best Cardi impression? Oh, I haven't begun to do that yet. I need to get into like the right fucking frame of mind for that shit. What the fuck? Oh, Cardi.
What?
Looks like we've come to morning, so our other show will have to wait for tomorrow. Our show idea, remember?
Yeah.
No mas.
I was like, what are you talking about? Okay.
So, go back to it.
Alright, my old dear's just leaving us, so I've got about 10,
right.
15 minutes before I go back.
Alright, no worries. So, just try to take a few questions from you guys. We're going to just kind of present some ideas of where we're going with things, and then we're going to take a look at this gold factor a little bit more. So far, this thing's been a perfect match. Both factors that we put out there. Oof, what's happened there?
Is the Discord open for new members? Asks Bert Bitcoin. What do you say? You dropping a link to the
Bert's Bitcoin? Bert
Bitcoin wants to know if he's getting a link for his Discord today.
Discord, we just drop invites every now and again. If we drop too big an invite, you have to kind of simulate people. The environment's not exactly like what most people are used to. So you bring some people don't like it, they get out of there, and you get some people who like it, and they get used to the way things work, and then we can bring more. So we do it intermittently like that from time to time for that reason. You see your link
Wally wants to
somewhere?
know,
You got
is
huh?
there any correlation between the altcoin market that we should look at?
Any correlations in altcoin market you look at? Is that like what should I buy?
It sounds like maybe he already has the altcoins in there.
Sounds like he already has the altcoins. My daughter wants me to make her a Kaz mask. Oh man. Don't let your daughter go down that road, homie. Nothing happens, nothing good happens to my fans. You'll get trolled with me.
Dude, you should definitely get some Winternomics hoodies.
It's a possibility. That might be getting an upgrade soon. Let's see. Oh, this crazy fun. What did you just do? So, what else you guys got? Is the detrimental to my trading that this price action has me excited? Being excited and making decisions in markets is usually a bad thing for you. Yeah, you want to be in the same state of mind all the time. Your trades shouldn't look like the way you feel. That's definitely a bad thing. Rule of the Atom hoodie. I think that's a good idea. Stat. Shadow Army in the building. Good to see you guys.
See, Django thinks hoodie would be dope as fuck. You should do it, man. Get that fucking Twitch partnership and start shitting those hoodies.
There it is, bitches. Make a move. Let's switch channels. Let's go where they're gonna pop up at. Cardi.
Oh, there it is. First 10. Let's go.
Go ahead and say what up to everybody. You still there? Mark. Oh, yeah. Mark, you there? Oh, we lost him. Yo.
Yo, what's good?
What up?
What up, what up? Is there some new people? Who's this?
No one knew yet.
Yo.
What up?
What up, what up?
Anybody hit the server?
We got some new ones. We've got Jambo, Mambo, Panda Chain.
Jambo Mambo, I know who that is. Tell him to,
We have no avatars yet, though. We need some avatars on these new guys.
so tell him to hit,
Bogos.
tell him to hit
What
the voice channel. Tell me to type a message for him to hit the voice channel.
Avatars yet, though. We need some avatars.
Did you miss that somehow?
There's
Yeah.
Bogos. You need to kill your audio. We're getting some feedback, but yeah.
Welcome. Welcome to our Twitter Discord. Ether, what's
You're
up,
a
buddy?
little mumbled. You're a little mumbled on the mic.
Am I?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
No, I'm good.
Twitch too.
I got a mask on, fool.
Yeah, I know.
This is as good as it gets.
Motherfucker. I don't know about. Trying to make sure it's
Testing, testing.
Yeah, what up? Johnny Everlast. Well,
Hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Let's see. Must be my lucky day you got in. Lucky man, yeah. You're welcome, Bitcoin Box. Yeah, man. You know, this feedback system we have in speaking to people that are in a less experienced place helps to make sure you keep context with where you get. It's really easy to take what you know for granted and then actually lose perspective on who you're trading against in the market. We don't do this to counter trade our viewership. We use this to kind of educate and keep context for ourselves of where you're coming from, and then help take you out of those places by rehashing our information, which gives us a more nuanced understanding of our own shit. Yeah, man, no worries. Well, you're really happy you hit that Discord thing, huh? Pretty funny. There's a dump bar near the dump bar on BTC right now. What is this chart doing? So, yeah, it's a good location, it looks like, for now. He's a kind of wave out of there, but he's showing good rejection from that spot. I can shut up. See what he ends up doing. So, what's up, what's up?
ZZ630 as well. That sounds like about. You sure?
Hmm?
Give or take.
ZZ630? What does it sound like?
I think he's the last one, isn't he? Got ZZ, J Roller, Jambo Mambo, Bodos.
Well, you guys can jump a voice if you want. You can have a little chat and you can ask some things in the audio.
Six. Maybe there's a couple more somewhere.
Did it even make it to the actual audio? I see Johnny Everlast. I see some light up, but I don't see any sound from you. Or hear any sound from you. You might be doing crazy shit.
1, 2, 3.
I heard.
Discord's doing weird things now.
People.
You guys there?
Yeah.
Sorry, Everlast.
Hello.
So yeah, we do this once in a while. Grab a few guys from the chat. We can jump in here and we can have a voice chat. You guys in? I have no mic at the moment. We'll be working on that. What? You came into this voice channel without a mic? You might have to get sent back to the fucking dungeon. This is a voice channel. You jumped into a voice channel with no mic. You took the spot for somebody that's prepared. Who's prepared to jump in here that has a microphone? I have to put out a single invite right now to replace somebody. You better have a cell phone, homie. Forgot Discord, join that and get on the audio.
There you go. There's. You're in the chat. You didn't get that.
Klepto, it just went out in seconds, man. That's how that link goes. The Trader's Wet Dream radio show. Well, that's a lovely visual. But yeah, so we're just doing a morning chat, talk about where the market's at. When we did the show with KJ, we spoke about trends on Wrecked Hour a couple times over. And as you can see here, BTC is showing you why you don't try to figure out what the end of the trend is. It's not really worth it, There's ways to do it, but it's just not the thing that's going to be the best use of your time. Where do we have that? We had another good layout for that. So, last year we did a video on the knife catch of BTC, and we talked about trends regarding big cap crypto. And we'd seen big cap crypto come down on everybody's face. And for an entire year, people tried to get in front of that train. Now, similarly so, coming out of the trenches, you see people trying to figure out where the top of this train is again. And it's just, the easy money's not in doing that kind of bullshit. It's just gonna kill you. But I put a good chart with some annotations on it for this. Let's see where that leaves you at. This guy, right? Oh, it gives me that small up here. God, you're kidding me. Fuck. Hang on, see if I can find it here. Stop it, ID. these shits over here will be big. Yeah, this guy. Alright, and from this guy, I marked two things, right? How many bars you have in the down wave, just since October when you collapsed, you know, to grandma. Coming through that, to the turn, to the base, until you round it out to turn the tide, it's 122 bars. So within this entire tide that you could basically define as a down wave, you only had 1 point, right? And it wasn't this one even that I called. It was actually the low here, a little bit after. And it's one candle out of 122 bars. It means you have less than a 1% chance to find that spot. It's completely ridiculous when you look at the scale of the tide and how much time you had to work out some kind of a plan to define risk and find your way into that drop. Conversely, the uptrend, it's illogical to figure out what the last one of these are, you know? I made this last night at 7,100. I'm telling you, the trend is your friend. Why would you even bet against it? You have levels and stuff like that to, you know, notate that are going to provide resistance on the way, but they're not an end-all be-all. And a lot of people look for every level they find to be the one that shuts it down. Even when we told you guys that the Back to the Future level had heavy resistance, so it's not bullish until you get to 4,100. And clearly, once you get to 4,100, it's fucking bullish, right? And that's the main deal. You know where your levels are, you know where to make a plan at. That's part of it. This point that I put in here, this is a point that was on the, I can stop looking at me, crazy. This is a box we put on the other trend from last year, and we just exported it and put it over here. If you go to our, you know, some of the online photos, you probably find it. But important thing to think about, you know, in the second paragraph. Remember, markets only do two things. They go up and they go down. It's a binary operation, a 1 or a 0. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to really play this, you know. You've got a 50-50 chance of having a dollar getting killed. You just have to be a little bit objective so you can get out of the way of your own bullshit. As I told people many times before, you know, trends are, you know, most people look at these and you think everybody in their mouth is making money in the bull market, but you see what's going on. Every salty prick out there is shorting into this and getting blown apart. And the reality is that blast off move, these giant waves you see, you know, trends are paved with the dead bodies of those that were too ignorant to get out of the way of their own bullshit. This is what markets are made of, and it doesn't pay the many, it pays the few. Yes, Aggie. You'll get fed momentarily. So, Cult Life Logic, baby. That's right, Bandy. You can check out the Burger Town Gotcha stream. Yeah, Burger's got that code logic. We're gonna do some more coded indicators and stuff for you guys, so you can do. We know we did the NAFD special, and you know, for any of you guys that Burger did the code part, I don't know if he's got that archive still, but we talked about how to use it. And if you missed that stream, it's pretty old, but it's been pushed out to our YouTube station, so you can go check it out over there. So if you guys got any other questions, just kind of a short chat, take a look at that, look at the area. We've got a correction underway. Market's still up as fuck, you know. But he waited a long time for this shit to fucking take off. So here we are in 2019, and we're heading into summer. 7,500 BTC seemed like when it was darkest before dawn. Not a lot of people could have dreamed they were going to see that again, you know.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly we got back up here, actually.
Actually, look at that, right? There's in the corner. This is when people thought they were going to fucking, you know, lose their lives over here back in December.
It's so amazing to me, like, how, because I was with you for the majority of the final part of the bull run and then all of the bear tide, but I haven't been with you and had the knowledge that you've given me in this stage of the cycle before. So I've never really seen like, disbelief on this scale. It's fucking insane to see people running to short this at every opportunity.
How long did you watch people ask me what it's going to do, when's winter going to end, and when I fucking wrote it down and told them, they no longer cared to hear it.
I know, it's just at the point and exactly when nobody wanted it. Everybody who wanted it no longer wanted it, and then that was it. That was the point where it was the great idea.
Yeah, every troll was like, shut the fuck up and post charts. Well, there's a whole bunch of what is on there. Did you read it?
Yeah.
Nope. It's like, nobody really wants the answer. They just want to hear themselves talk. And that's why so many people die in markets, because they're not really living in the real world. They live in a fucking dream world. They live in their minds. And they don't see what's in front of them. They see what they want to see. You could write this down and tattoo it to their fucking faces. They wouldn't take it. And that's what markets are made of. It's built on the bodies of dead people that fucking died from stubborn biases. That's what trends are. Price doesn't wave up because everybody and their mom thinks Bitcoin's a good idea and it's bullish. It does it because everybody and their mom doesn't think it's fucking a good idea.
Yeah, that's the bit that's hard to get your head around initially, but
That's the part
once you
that's
figure it out, suddenly trading is an awful lot easier afterwards.
Right. It's not rocket science, but it's a little crazy. So we threw up on the old blog some updates to you guys. Updates to the gold fractal, Litecoin fractal, which is of Qualcomm, I'm sorry. And just to update it because, like the H market charts as they go as stories. I'll get down to some of those. So this thing's really huge. You guys gotta get in here and check this out. Where are it? Still looking. It's pretty humongous, so. Cardi doesn't wear a shirt anymore. He's being selfish.
Dude, you really made some major fucking updates to those charts. Like,
They're pretty good. So
I know most people aren't really going to read them properly, but still, like, if somebody actually bothers to fucking go and read these things properly, they're going to learn something.
the history of the market and looking at it from a behavioral standpoint, this gives you a lot of context about a lot of history. If you were in crypto, not in crypto, you can learn a lot about it. But prices do the same thing in every market, every scale of time. It doesn't matter. And we talk about it from the beginnings of 2014 on. And it was something that definitely you'll see some pretty amazing stuff if you go through and read it. It's still loading charts. Why are you being so slow? Yeah,
Alright, I'm going to drop out here for a bit. If you're still on in half an hour, I'll come back on.
Right on.
Otherwise,
All
I'll
right,
catch you in a bit.
take care.
Peace.
So this is the update to original post from the gold fractal, and when it's coming down, and we updated it here. So we'll leave the updates in it and just continue to update it. This is when it got deeper. We're bouncing out of Lucky 13, and more timeline stuff. Just so you can see the chronology of BTC as it evolves. As it bounced from darkest from dawn, as it got to 4100, and so on. So we tried to tie all the chronology together so you can go through and see it. And then down here, our Litecoin fractals, amazingly, that I was able to witness the greed and fear cycle play out, pretty much simultaneously between the altcoins on the greed side of it and Bitcoin on the fear side of it. It's pretty amazing. I mean, as far as market research goes, this was like a dream come true to be alive to watch this entire thing unfold and do a replay of 1999. First go around of a cycle like this, I had no fucking idea of the extent of the damage on the back end of the bear market. I knew there was a bear market coming, but I'd never gotten into the depths of it to see what happens and what happens to the people coming from the bull. But having seen that, we were adequately prepared to deal with this one this time. So this is a historic greed cycle. Litecoin is actually mastered, and many of the shit coins that aren't completely destroyed have actually bounced in the wave. And our gold fractal, which basically represents BTC, has done an awesome move too. So structurally, as far as that fractal goes, it gives you a location to kind of pay attention to. That's why we have that dumpability right now. We're looking at the 1211 shop wave over there for the gold fractal location, and BTC's in the same range, 1211 shop wave. So just paying attention, there can be a tradability, there. I'm not telling you to jump in front of such a freight train. If this fractal maintains course, it gets far more ridiculous. Again, just because you see something that looks self-similar now doesn't mean it has to stay there permanently. There are many times that the fundamentals align in many markets, and when they fail to continue to align, likely your fractal deviates. That being said, there's nothing to say that this is doing that just yet. So until you have something to tell you that, that proves it, you let it do what it's going to do. So this is definitely a good read to go through, and take your time and read some of those charts, and you'll get a lot of context and information that's out there. And like they say, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. It's true shit, and that's why what you see here is rhyming history, because humans don't change, and so their behaviors come around again. So you'll see this over and over and over again in markets. There's no end of supply of versions of this in here, and this whole blog post in particular is specific to that in crypto. because the cycles are faster, we saw so much more shit so much more quickly, you know, come around. I mean, this entire cycle completed so much faster than the Qualcomm version of it, which is a good thing for everybody. Alright, let me catch up on wherever you guys are. Any of you guys in Discord still since party left? Did you guys just go radio silent?
I'm here.
You can ask some stuff. Why don't you guys ask some stuff in voice? I'll answer a couple questions to you guys. So the gold factor is playing out, and people get priced out of BTC in 8 months. Time estimation wise on that, I'll have to look into that before I will tell you what time frame that is. But people can buy it if they want to buy it or not. I don't think they're gonna get priced out. It's gonna do what it does. What's that? What'd you say?
It was just feedback on ZZ630.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying this thing out.
Oh, so yeah, it's just the microphone. Works like all the other ones. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm glad to get into the Discord, but I'm not sure how to work everything out with the microphone and the ear.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I hear you fine. I hear your computer. Works good on the cell phone. I use it on my iPhone a lot. It's pretty easy. You're good. Keep talking.
Yeah, I have set up on my phone right now.
Cool. All right. Do you think alts will follow the Bitcoin uptrend when it corrects? Some alts are doing some things, Alts is a basket. BTC is now like leading the sub train right now. It's been pretty much big cap led really since the ground. I'd say that it's a lot different in terms of like not as many altcoins came off the ground as the strength you expected. There was there's some big hitters out there, but your big caps are really the leaders out of the ditch, like BNB, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. Ether is pulling up the rear right now, but definitely looks weaker than everybody else. Probably because everybody and their mother's still in that thing. So there'll be some selective vault that you can play. As BTC rises, clearly it's going to be more capital on the exchanges to move stuff. Binance has to get their bullshit squared away, but for now, I think. Whoops, did I go like that? For now, watch BTC. I think you all know once BTC gets a chance to rest, you kind of pay attention to what goes on in the rest of the market. BTC pulls back too hard, you can see crypto pull back, with it as a whole asset class. So I'm not going to give you a simple answer like that. Hey, if it does this, you do that. I think everybody wants it to be that simple. I think you should be mentally prepared for multiple possibilities. Voice guys, you guys got any questions?
No questions. We just wanted to say thank you for putting your information up.
No worries. You're welcome, man. Thanks for joining us. So,
I've got a question. Any tips on how to hold on to trades for a bit longer? It's amazing to be involved in Discord with all you guys and to catch some of these moves. But I feel like I'm still getting out a little bit early. I mean, no one went broke taking profits, but it'd be nice to hold on for a little bit longer.
who's that? Was that Peanut?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people try to guess waiting to get out, and that equates to like calling the top of the wave. And the best thing is that like if you're seeing the kind of warnings I give you, like it's a good place to take stops or adjust your stops or take some profits. Depends on your trading plan, but generally like having the ability to define the wave trend as it is and move your stops along the price structure as it evolves. That's going to be what it is, because price can go as far as it's going to go, and you may or may not find the top of it. But if you allow it to move, then you can play more of it in general. Most people are trying to protect profits, protect themselves out of profits. So I don't think your goal should be like I do a lot of stuff I call levels of correction and stuff like that. Yeah, it might be cool to locate, but your ability to stay in the price is going to be really dependent on the trading plan you come with. You can put profit targets and things like that. Places are good areas to book some gains and adjust the ongoing risk, but it's going to be how you stop manage your price that's going to allow you to, participate over the longer haul. You have to define your risk in the beginning. Don't get killed if prices doesn't go where you want. And if it begins to run, have a strategy to lock in prices along the way.
Yeah, cool. Cheers. Thanks.
No worries. Can we get a name for the indicator which shows the price is green line instead of a candle? What do you mean?
I think it means
Shows
coloured MAs.
Yeah, I don't have anything to change. The green line, it's just a moving average. It's mine. It's a casual moving average. Nothing special, man. It's just a color changing moving average. You guys can create one. There's tons of different varieties of them in TradingView. I just use one and keep the price simplistic. Let's see. I feel like getting on BTC at this point. I'm a bit too late, but are you saying it's still a good time to get in? I've heard people say BTC could hit 20K within the next couple of years. One thing about price, like, I'm not telling you to jump in and buy. This isn't the kind of show where I tell you, hey, look, buy it now. I think everybody wants that, and that's how so many people get killed, is because you got a lot of idiots who will tell you that. I'm not that guy. You have to make your own determination about it. What you do know about trends is, when they're in motion, they tend to last. How long? You don't know that. You just know that statistically, you're not really going to have an easy time finding the end of one. That was the point of this, right? You have a 1% chance of this down wave, 122 bars. You're up 80 in this up wave, 80 plus bars. This is out a little further. The chance to find the last one is not really good. Where you get involved at does matter, right? Buying this tip of this big green bar is probably not the best entry you could possibly take. But the thing about trends is, when they're in motion, it's statistically easier to make money in the directionality of the tide because of the fact that it doesn't end in but a single bar. So you have a 1 in how many of a bar chance of finding it, which means that doing that is, a 1% chance. You don't want to have to repeat that over and over, and a lot of people out of fear rather try to figure out what the end of that is rather than do the sensible thing and play the direction of the price. Is it a good time to buy while it's going straight to the ceiling right now? Obviously not. But if you have any kind of reasonable trading strategy that allows you to enter price with defined risk, when it slows down, pay attention to it. And if it looks like it's setting for something like that again in continuation, so be it. It could be a deeper correction. Understand how to define directionality of price and make sure you don't get caught in that. I don't know what your trading strategy is, but I do know that, like, when price is going at Mach 5, it doesn't tend to be the best place to stick yourself into it in that direction. But you also shouldn't sit there and try to figure out it's always over, it's always over, it's always over. You got a 10-year bull market in stocks, and literally nobody wants to buy it because you're doing that same stupid thing. It just won't help you. Those green and red candles look neat as fuck. Well, you gotta try to keep the price clean, because I don't want to, the whole point is that this is designed around, like, my son and I psychology, right? We don't want to be shorting when the candles are jet green, and we don't want to be buying when they're jet red, unless other metrics tell us that it's a good idea to look for a discount. So in this case, just for directionality's sake, very simple metrics that do this, and there's a lot of varieties of ways you can define trends, whether you use 200-day moving averages or EMAs or whatever you're comfortable with. There's no secret sauce to it, and I don't tell people generally what I'm using, because many people think that that's like the holy grail, and they ignore the price, and they're like, I just need that red and green thing. No, you don't. You need to understand the price first, and then whatever you put on is supplemental to your psychology, so you have the ability to act. That's the point. It's not that red and green indicator magically changes anything about the price. It's that it allows reinforcement of the psychology that is needed to be had in the right location and price. Voice guys, you got anything?
Nothing for me at the moment.
Any links to Discord coming soon? Todd Tate? We already just did that, buddy. You missed it. Have you ever saw one asset class change to different fractal structure, like the degenerate gambler fractal Qualcomm to fear? Well, you just witnessed both fractals running concurrently at the same time. I mean, the reality is that behavior is repetitive. It's going on in every scale of time in every market. So, can I locate even more? I mean, we saw multiple fractals. If you read the fractal truth of markets, you'll see multiple examples of different fractal structures. The fear cycle in 2014 showed itself in BTC, and then this time BTC showed the greed cycle, and then LTC showed the fear cycle. So you kind of have oscillations of these cycles all over the place, more so than you realize, beyond the ones I've shown you. No, my cat doesn't go outside. She just loves attention. Did you see it? Thanks for the bits, Ether. Yeah, this would be a pretty ridiculous show if I didn't answer any of the questions in the chat, Todd. It'd be very hard to work this. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. Cool. So, anyway, we touched on trends, and we're going to talk about price and keeping it simple. I think a lot of people are expecting some really highfalutin shit to come out of here, and we don't really do that. We're looking at price and keeping it simple so you can make decisions easier. Less is more. If you've ever heard that saying, it's true in price. The less shit you put in front of you to make a decision, the easier it's going to be to make the decision and get your emotions in check. So this is a simplistic way of looking at price, and if you see it, if it looks ridiculously simple, it's because it is. This is Bitcoin, coming down. I had another chart I want to show you. Where did I put it? Let's see if I can find it here to show it to you guys. Keep that one in mind. Let's go find the other one. It's pretty old. Let's see, where is it? It seems so crazy. Go the other way. Instagram's being so slow. He's going to town. What time is it? 7:25. She's about to eat. Alright, any second I'll find it for you guys. Any minute. Where is it at? Oh, have you guys ever seen this before? Just Infinity Gauntlet in the movies. I dropped the comics, but most people don't actually realize it. There's 3 sagas to the Infinity War. Thanos is just the first one. I don't know if they're gonna do like 2 and 3, but that could be interesting if they decide to develop that. I personally think the Infinity Gauntlet is the best of the 3, but yeah, that'd be interesting to see what they do with that. Alright, let me see.
Yeah, what's stopping them at this point?
I don't know. I think they did the best they could really do with bringing that story to life and not being as totally ridiculous as the powers that were involved in the fight in the comics were. I don't think you could have depicted that on TV very easily. That would have been pretty tough. Where's this video? No, it's popping up anyway. It's gonna pop up. There it is. So this is the first time I actually dropped the uptrend and downtrend. And it's just to show you, the same thing. This was last year when big cap crypto was coming down, and if you can see it right there, right, it's just the inverse of what we're dealing with in BTC. This was crypto market as a whole. So I don't know if this sounds gonna play, but it's good. It's not. So yeah, this is just your uptrend. This is just your downtrend. And it's the same thing you're looking at right now. If you go and look at, I'm not on that damn chart anymore. That one, right? It's just the inverse. And depending on the time frame that you're in, and you can define the structure of the price, this is all you're ever trading. BTC's uptrend for 2017 was crazy. Every idiot, it lasted long as every idiot could make money in it. But the reality is, if you don't learn when the trend is over and you continue to do the same habit when the wave structure changes, you're just going to die. So you have to be more nimble than that, you know, hodl all that stupid shit. Those are people who don't know what they're doing. Reality is you need to learn how to define risk and learn when you can participate with the trend and learn when you can't. And make sure you live to fight another day when there's nothing to do. I do use Fibonacci tools. Probably not like many other people, but I do. Sometimes, not all the time. Yeah, Adam Warlock. It's so that's the craziest thing that they put Adam in the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he didn't make it into the entire thing. I thought he was gonna be in there. They don't put him at all. But and looking at like Disney's lineup of those movies, it looks pretty interesting. They got Fantastic Four, they got X-Men, so that means they got Galactus, and I think they're probably gonna shove Adam into that world and bring those people into the multiverse or something like that. So they have to figure out how to merge like the X-Men characters and all that stuff. So maybe they take the Dark Phoenix or X-Men guys and bring them over. Could be pretty cool. So see what universe they decide to do. It looks like they're gonna do an Eternals movie. So that's actually the lineage of Thanos. That should be interesting to see if they do that correctly, because I know they gave the impression in Avengers that Thanos is from a planet Titan, a race of Titan beings like him, but he's an Eternal, and he's like a mutant Eternal. So we'll have to see what they do with that.
The rumor is they're just getting rid of all the old X-Men work and just starting over.
You think Namor? Namor is like the original, I guess he's like the very first Marvel guy, but I don't know, is Namor who you want to see? He's like not one of my favorite like Marvel superheroes at all. I think they could do another good bad guy they can grab is like Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom will come at Fantastic Four, so you get with that franchise you'll get Galactus and Doctor Doom. I think both of them you could even do Secret Wars if they wanted to, which is like the first like real crazy like shitstorm with Marvel superheroes fighting against, I think it was Doom in that one. So that could be interesting, or they can go ahead and get Galactus and redo that garbage that fucking Universal Pictures put out in Fantastic Four and turned it into a cloud of shit. That was like the worst thing I ever saw in my life. Yeah. I have like 1 through 100 Surfer, and like Galactus's comic, like that's my favorite comics in Marvel. Ivy, stop being so weird. You're so cute. Yeah, Ivy's running this shit, trust me, you have no idea. If I don't give her attention, she's just gonna fucking wreck us. What do you want? Figure it out, woman. So, BNB, when CZ was pumping it, BNB Bitcoin, is that he had structured a pump and they gave it a utility, so the freight train, runaway freight train, until he got hacked. But at that point, he was outperforming everything, including Bitcoin, and kept on pushing all the way through. So that's what it is, man. He just had a utility. It was a good move to fucking play him. That's around like $14 USD. He blew through to 24. So it was a good play if you took him even up there. I had him from way deeper. But at that point, the momentum was so crazy. You kind of knew he was going to keep going. Barring an event like getting hacked or some crazy shit like that. But, yeah, he gets his shit together. You never know. CZ's is running the pump of the ages over there. No, I don't do the 1% rule. Any thoughts on Bitcoin Cash and Roger Ver? Got some good trades on Bitcoin Cash. No thoughts on Roger Ver. Just right now there's a tide coming out of the bottom and there's some playable stuff. A lot of big cap guys have been good. Some mid cap guys have been pretty terrible. Some small cap guys have been pretty decent. Beyond that, not really. Yeah, I just answered your Bitcoin Cash question. Abby's an ultra vocal Siamese cat, and whenever I talk to other people, she does that. She loves attention, so she's my girl. So, anyway, I think that was going to wrap it up. Let's touch on a few things and questions. Like I said, we're going to do this probably again another 2 days, so at least another day, and then try to get back on talking about base concepts and things like that with you guys. You guys who jumped in Twitter Discord is a voice chat. You guys learn how to be more vocal. And we will get to the voice chat. But we want to move this to having as much voice and audio, conversations. It adds a lot more context than the micro blogosphere that allows a lot of miscommunications, and I think we cover a lot more ground this way. I've said that every show. Something I particularly like. And this would be our warning from tonight for any of you guys that pay attention to it. It's down $500 from what we gave it to you guys. So it's a good range for at least slowing the price down. Doesn't mean it's over, right? Because you see them do a big ass like rejection right here and make it back up again. But at least for you guys that were playing in closer, tighter time frames, you had a chance to, make an adjustment if you needed to or not. So always try to be precise with our timing and make sure we don't throw anybody in front of a bus or something like that. Again, your goal isn't to actually figure out where like manufacturers are or anything like that. It's just to know where it's a good idea to maybe adjust your risk. That's all you're trying to do. You're not trying to figure out where the last turn and go running in front of a train. There are ways to do that efficiently, but if you're a noob or intermediate, that's not something you should be really focused on at this moment. You guys are welcome, no problems. Sorry, I gotta zoom in there. I can't see through this fucking mess to read that shit. But yeah, guys, you guys are always welcome. No worries. Thanks for coming out. I know it's, 7:30 on Mother's Day morning in the US. If you're in the US, I think that was yesterday for you guys in Europe. But yeah, markets were on fire. Thought we should have a chat. A lot of people are, very emotional about the speed of the price. It's easy to go in there and get yourself really fucked up. If you didn't get yourself in the wave, don't freak out. Price doesn't die today. It's been going up since, February. What it's going to do next and the structure of what's going to unfold, just pay attention to it and learn how to participate when the risks are in your favor. If it's hauling ass, it's not the first time it's ever done this, Let it chill the fuck out and just be patient. Cool, so any of you guys in Twitter Discord, get to know everybody, say hi. How it goes in there. Lots of people, they just get together and they review the blog. As you can see, one blog post can be like a fucking, dictionary. It's like ridiculous. So you have a lot of material to study from, and a lot of people study on their own. What we try to promote is that you take an initiative in self-educating yourself with what's freely available. And then we will add context along the way, and you'll find that you learn a lot better when you put some effort in versus tell me what to do. That doesn't really get you anywhere. So everybody in our Discord is kind of on that game, So you're being proactive rather than sitting back and waiting for somebody to hand it to you. So we encourage that, and it definitely helps everybody grow as a community and grow in their understanding of information and how to assimilate information and use it, rather than being, having the tail wag the dog by what they hear in complete ignorance.
Thanks, man.
So when we come back, Hardy is gonna get his ass kicked in this shit right here. We're gonna have the DBZ challenge. Any of the other guys that have this, we want to get maybe 6 guys to come in. KJ's gonna come in for it too, so we're gonna fuck him up. But you guys come in and we get 6 good people. We're gonna have a powwow and some charts and sit down in a little tournament and blow some planets up and shit.
What platform is this one on?
I have it on PS4. That's what I think most of us have it on.
When did this come out?
A while ago. This shit's hot, dude. I don't actually know the moves work very well, but it looks fucking amazing.
Is Dragon Ball worth going back and watching? Has it held up? Because I just never caught it when I was growing up.
I'll be honest. It's so fucking sick. I don't have the audio by now. But yeah, the original Dragon Ball Z, I think it's like 272 episodes. Not the Super. They've done something weird with that and like rewriting stories and stuff. But the way they told the story across that, yeah, that's epic, man. If you were a fan of the anime in any way, I think that's the best one of them all. Yeah, this shit looks so sick. It looks like a fucking cartoon. It's crazy. So, and you guys know what you're doing in this game. Definitely grab it. We can grab some people and put you in the lobby of this and run like a, well, you know, you can sit there and like rotate and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's boss shit. PS5, I don't know. I think mobile games are gonna be a thing, but yeah, that could be crazy too. The grandma
cool
level.
shit for PS5 recently too.
Yeah, I gave you guys all the levels down for grandma. Right before the BTC conference in January 15, 2018. I projected all the levels that should basically, you know, unfold throughout the crash until the winter end date. And it worked out pretty good. Did what it was supposed to do.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're decent at this.
No MK11? What? DVD?
No, charts.
I'm a pattern guy. I'm a dork. Now MK11, I mean, fucking Mortal Kombat 11, like, dude, the last one that I cared about was Mortal Kombat 2. That shit's been ridiculous. Yeah, that's DBZ, Fighter Z. Street Fighter, this game, games that are pretty simple and quick, I dig them. This game's simple. It looks like it's hard, but like the combo system's probably easier than Marvel. How do you establish the 588 would be a level for first place? Can you talk about it, please? How do I establish my levels? I read the price and I figure out what's important to people by reading the price. That would probably be the most honest answer I can give you. I read price like a story of people over time, and when I read through it, I can figure out what places matter to people. We did that in one of the other videos. What was that, like 3 videos ago? Should be on YouTube. Talked about, I think, Facebook and the story of people. I think that one got saved over there. Damn, that recoil about to crack 7,000 right now. Oops, where'd it go? Almost. How's the highest you got? We got 75, 69. Cool. And you guys in here from the Facebook Trading Lounge group? Or is everybody here from Twitter and other places?
Just a lurker, man. Just a lurker.
Just a lurker?
Twitter.
Twitter, no worries. Who are you on Twitter?
Gerola.
Don't recognize that one. Real goat, man. Cool, man. Good to see you. See Clayton. Cool. Good to see you guys. Like I said, we dropped Twitter, Discord links in here, and we may drop some inside the trading group, the closed group inside Facebook. Obviously, we keep it closed because we have endless trolls. So, if you're gonna go in there, we want you to be a real person. We can't figure out who's what otherwise. So, keep it clean and stay on point with our market intel. So far, so good. We had a good heads up on paying attention to the grandma level and correction. So we're back in motion. Tech wall, I have to look for you. I don't think I know what your name is over there. If you just made your profile, like literally like a week ago to do it, 'cause I know a lot of people use it. I don't even really use Facebook like that. I use it just to really keep pictures of my son and stuff. I don't think family need to end up getting a car wreck or something and nobody can go get my stuff. That's a place that all my family can get my kids' names. That's what I use it for. Whoever's got background feedback, turn your mic off. Which person is that? There you go, let me know.
I think you fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah, he fixed it. push to talk is king.
Yeah, I think once you're doing something, at least pay attention and to have a convo. We have to put on push it talk because it makes it look hell on earth. We just sit there and object if you don't have a common courtesy habit. So, you know, if you show up in somebody's conversation, pay attention, otherwise don't show up. Yeah, like I said, if your profile looks like it was just made, or it's got like one pic and it doesn't look like it's like real, I won't know to approve that. So you can just let me know something else if you are waiting for approval and I can't see enough in it to tell that it's like a real person, not like, you know, a troll account. You can hit me on Instagram. You can actually call me in there. So the app lets you call people. Or DM me here on Twitch, and then I'll catch up with you when I can get to the messages. Yeah, we do them all around the clock where we can fit them in. Usually Cardi picks up right now, but it's Mother's Day, so it's Sunday. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off myself. But it was good to catch up with you guys. Hopefully you guys make some money in this wave and then get fucked up in the corrective move right now. And you know, like we said before, trends are friends, stay unbiased, pay attention to the price, let it do what it does. The market's never wrong. Don't be that guy complaining the market's manipulated because you missed. That just sounds like, you know, sour grapes. The market's always right, and you have to figure out how not to get run over by it. That's your only real mission. Right on, Emersy. And I'm gonna go feed this fucking cat before she fucking cuts my throat. You guys in Twitter, Discord, you know, hang out. I should chat a little bit. I gotta go do some things for this cat and things, but I'm gonna hang out the stream and then we'll chat for a bit before I totally sign off. You guys in Twitch will be back again, and then you know, pay attention for the link to Discord. And if you're not here, you can go keep track of some of our, you know, news flow inside the trading group on Facebook. Beyond that, thanks for joining us. I'll catch you guys again soon.
Cheers, man.
Thanks, guys.